Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be taking you guys through something that's very different but special, right? So imagine you're asked to solve this question. So let's say sin theta is equal to 1 over 2 for 0 less than theta less than 90 degrees, right? So you know that theta will be equal to sine inverse of 0.5, and that should be equal to 30 degrees. But ideally, this question has a lot of answers, right? But then we are restricted by the interval that we have. We are restricted to provide the answer should be around this interval. So what if there are no intervals? What would be the answer to this question? The answers are actually infinite. There are lots of answers to this question, and that's why we have to be restricted by intervals, right? So we can go outside at 360 degrees, we can go to 720 degrees. There are lots, right? That's why we need intervals to restrict us to the answers that we don't want, right? So but then what if there is no interval and they are asking us for all the answers? There is a way we can represent all the answers, right? The way we can represent all the answers, and this is called the general solution. This is called the general solution. So in today's video, I'll be taking you guys through the general solution and how we can solve questions, and we'll solve some questions around it. So I will take you first through the general solution for sine function. Right? The general solution for a sine function is represented by the equation. So if you have sine of theta to be equal to a, then sine theta will be equal to sine inverse of a. And let's say we have that angle to be alpha, right? Alpha. Our theta, which is all the angles that we want, the general solution. And also remember that this alpha that we have is called our principal solution. So the principal solution, you are trying to just find the minimum value, right? Sometimes you can get 200, you can get like 60, you can get 120, but then we are interested in the small one, which is the 60, right? So it's our principal solution, which I will be calling PS. And then so our general solution for sine will be given by this expression, theta to be equal to 180 n plus into brackets minus 1 raised to the power n alpha, all this in degrees. These are our general solution for sine. And this only work where n is n is an integer. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4 ... Yeah. So let's see how we can apply this. If we have sine of theta to be equal to 1, let's say as find the general solution of this, right? So you find the principal solution, which you get your theta to be equal to sine inverse of -1, which is 1, not -1, which is 90, right? 90. So our general solution will be equal to theta to be equal to 180 n plus into brackets minus 1 raised to the power n multiplied by 90, all this in degrees. We can also rewrite it in radians, and this will be equal to pi n plus minus 1 raised to the power n. Then you convert the angle that you got here to this one. So this will be pi on 2. So all this in radians, right? So that's how we can apply that. So now let's look at the general solution for what? The cos function. General solution for cosine, right? So if you have a cos of what? Theta to be equal to b, then theta will be equal to what? Cos inverse of what? B, which let's say is represented by what? The beta, right? Beta. So our which is our what? Principal solution. Our general solution will now be equal to what? 360 degrees and plus or minus what? Beta. This is our expression for our general solution, right? And then n can be so any integer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dot dot dot. Yeah. So now let's look at an example of how we can apply this one. So let's say we are asked to find find a general solution for cos theta to be equal to 1/2, right? So you find the principal solution, get cos theta cos inverse of 0.5 to be equal to what? 60 degrees, right? So our general solution will be given by 360 degrees and plus or minus what? 60 or degrees. Or you can write it in radians as what? 2 pi n plus or minus 1, that's pi on 3, or this what? Right. So this is how you can apply this. So you need to understand the expression, and then so that we can be able to apply that. Now the next one we'll be talking about is what? The general solution for what? The tan function. And that if you have tan of x to be equal to what? C, then our x will be equal to tan inverse of c, which represented as what? Gamma, right? Our gamma. Our x, which is the angle, will be equal to what? 180 degrees and plus what? Gamma. 180 degrees and plus gamma. So let's say we are asked to do this one. So for tan of what? Tan x of to be equal to what? 1. So we know our x for the principal will be equal to what? 45 degrees, right? So our general solution for x will be equal to 180 degrees and plus 45 degrees. This will be our general solution. And then, yeah, so that's our general solution. So to find the angles, you can just use any number. So let's say we have x n to be equal to what? 1. So this will be 180 plus what? 45 degrees. And that should give us what? 1, 2, 5, something like that, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 5. And then if you have n to be equal to -1, -1 will be some way. Let's just use 2, so it will just be 360 minus what? 45. And that should give us what? 315, yeah. Something like 315. That's what you get. So you can get a lot of angles. You can use 3, 5, and you can get a lot of angles. Now we'll just solve some few more examples, and then we'll continue from there. So let's say we are asked 2 cos of what? Into brackets 1/2x to be equal to 1. So find the general solution for this expression, right? The first thing you want to do is to let the angle in the bracket to be equal to another angle, right? So we have 2 cos of theta to be equal to what? 1. And then theta will be equal to cos inverse of what? 0.5 which you nicely get to be 60 degrees, right? So our general solution, because it's a cos function, so we use the cos general solution, which will be what, 360 60n plus or minus 60 degrees, right? But then we know that our this thing is what at the top, right? So theta is what, 1 over 2x, which is equal to 360n plus or minus what, 60. So our x will be equal to 2 multiplying everything, 720 n plus or minus what, 120, or in what degrees. So this is our final answer. So that's the final answer. So you can also be asked the same question. You can also be asked the same question, but just that this time it will be 2x. So we can just have 2 here. So just notice that at this point you have, so same question, but at this point you have 2x to be equal to 360 degrees and plus or minus 60. So our x will be 180 degrees and plus or minus what, 30, because this time we'll be dividing. Okay, so take note of that. So that's the whole idea of general solution. In the next video I'll be taking you guys through maximum and minimum value, maximum and what, minimum value of trig functions, right? Trig functions. So yeah, I look for